Hey everybody, here's a low cash tip. Invest in some anti-monkey bite powder. Your junk will thank you. And your wife probably will too. Anti-monkey bite powder is not a sponsor of the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Everybody, Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. So I got climbing stuff all down this trellis here. We've got the kiwis at the end. We added some Kentucky Wonder pole here. And then we just added some Blue Lake pole in this section. Now this section doesn't have a bottom support, but I did raise it up just to make it easier to get equipment in there when those beans have run their course. And then from here, we have Cherokee wax. And then from here to the other set of kiwis, we have golden improved wax beans. A lot of people like the wax beans. So I went ahead and put some in. I had this trellis space, like I said before in another video. I had this trellis space. Might as well use it. Just because I'm doing tomatoes and Asian long beans differently this year doesn't mean I can't use this space. Our high tunnel is going to have to seat forward some from that trellis, so it's actually going to be behind the high tunnel when the high tunnel is installed. But otherwise, most things are looking pretty good. I got to cut this stuff down. The main thing about the boxes is a little bit more maintenance in them. We put in this mound bed here, and it's just a mound, and that's all it is, and something has been tearing into it. But it's a blend of lettuces in here. All I did was mix up a bunch of lettuces that I had, and we put them in this raised bed mound. This is just a mound of raised bed soil. I'm hoping that as these beans grow up, we can shade these lettuces and still get some summer production out of them. I know some of the farmers at the market today were talking about, oh, you know, lettuce is going to go on its way out and everything like that. And for some of the varieties that I think they're growing, like the butter crunches and things like that, that's probably true. This is an experiment, so we're just going to see if it works. This is Matt with Low Cash Homestead. Just give me a little garden update. It's overcast. It's been drizzling. It's slightly muddy. So, you know, I don't know how much longer we're gonna be out here, but we're gonna find out soon. Okay, now we're looking at our secondary / container area. I said in a previous video I'm not gonna do any more work to these potatoes because I dug down in there. And the seed potatoes were mush. So this ground doesn't drain well enough for potatoes, at least not yet. But we have an outline here that I cut with the MTD tiller. And we got some of it done before it started pouring rain. Actually, no, that's not correct. It wasn't pouring rain. It was the drive belt on that MTD finally broke. And so we went and got another one. But if you look up through this way, we're cutting this garden in. That's the barrel that we used to burn the stumps out. We're cutting this in approximately 30 by a little over 60, and that's because I have got a plant in this area so I can qualify this ground for a second commercial high tunnel. So that's another project that we're working on, is getting this ground cut, and I'm doing it, I don't want to say by hand because I'm not actually doing it by hand, but I am doing it with not using the tractor. I'm just doing it with a forward tine tiller. And it's a lot of work, but this area here has not been broken before. So the secondary garden has, and you see that our spinach, solid bowl spinaches, I let them go to seed. And I haven't decided if I'm going to clean them out or shake the seeds off or just let the seeds fall or what exactly I'm going to do. Our other carrot boxes are starting to get some growth in them. So that's good. Carrots take a long time to start poking up. They really do. And then these carrots here are looking pretty good. And I've seen some of the carrots that some of the other farmers have. And I'm anxious to see how good my carrots are going to be in comparison. I know they're a different type, but I'm anxious to see how they're going to be in comparison. And then this bed here is our stun bed that's filled with all the leftover carrot seeds that I had. Some of them were pelletized and some of them were not. So we put about 750 pelletized seeds, and I don't remember exactly, but a whole many packages of carrot seeds in there. So we're going to see how the stun part of the carrot bed goes. We also put 3 cubic feet of peat moss and 4 cubic feet of perlite in that, and we cut that in with the MTD forward tine. The mantis has crapped out again. I don't know. I'm thinking of maybe either getting like a Earthworks or an EcoWorks. I forgot whatever pole saw I have. Greenworks, that's the pole saw I have. And that Greenworks pole saw tears ass. So I am considering getting a Greenworks mini cultivator. It runs on a 40-volt lithium. Kind of expensive, right around $350 or $400 for that. So we don't know if we're going to do that yet. Or I'm thinking about getting an attachment for the Toro. Kitty, my God, I don't know what you want. I fed you, I petted you, I gave you water, I've done everything I'm supposed to do for you, and you're still just acting like a psycho cat. Okay, I'll pet you some more. So, I'm not sure what we're going to do in that aspect. Maybe send the mantis back to get fixed. I don't know. I'm really tired of fixing it. We used our Black & Decker cultivator to cut in the spots for the green beans. It's a little bit too muddy for that. I had to keep declumping it. But otherwise, the gardens here at the Low Cash Homestead are doing quite well. And again, the spinaches, I let them go to seed. That was intentional. And then we're going to, keep working on this ground here because I have to get this qualified so that we can qualify for a second high tunnel. I keep talking about the high tunnels. I don't have them in yet, but that we are qualified for them. So they are going to go in this season, depending on, I need some clarity on the contract date, but that's going to determine how quickly I order it and have it shipped here, because in the heat of the summer I don't necessarily want to have all that plastic, but that's how we go. Okay, this is Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Alright, there's the MTD that we repaired. We put a new belt on it. It was like a $9 fix. It was a 39-inch belt. So we came over and we cut through the rest of this. Now this has been cut this way, and then I cut it again this way. And that's just because of the nature of the ground that I have here. The hard pan is very shallow in this part of the property. So you can see where we cut it. Okay, one of the next things that we're going to do is we're going to prime this, this little piece of ground. And I'll get to that in just a minute. I'll explain how we do that. Let me go get the materials we need to prime this, and then I'll be back with you. Hey everybody, Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. We're going to prime this garden. We're going to prime it with some 10-10-10. We are going to put here some popcorn. We have 3 different varieties of popcorn. We have the candied popcorn, we have our strawberry popcorn, and then we have our Japanese hull-less popcorn, and we're going to put those in here. I am not worried about them cross-pollinating. That is how hybrids are made, by cross-pollinating. So I'm not going to worry about it. I'm going to plant all 3 varieties as long as they fit. As long as they fit, I'm going to plant them in the same general area. Again, I'm not worried about it at all. Cross-pollinating is how we develop hybrids. Hybrids are not genetically modified, so I have absolutely no problem with a hybriding. Do I intend to do it? No, but again, we have to qualify this ground, and I'm thinking I can probably get a decent, if the deer don't eat it. Deer eat corn like madness. Every time I've planted corn, the deer just come and eat it. They might eat it, they might not. I'm actually thinking they probably will eat it, and maybe I'm wasting my time, but I still have to qualify this ground. So we're going to put that candy popcorn, that Japanese hull-less popcorn, and that strawberry popcorn in this patch here. Corn likes lots of nitrogen. Corn is a grass. Corn likes lots of nitrogen. We're going to prime it with the 10-10-10, and then we will probably put a high nitrogen or a lawn starter fertilizer on it later on. But for now, we're just going to prime it because this ground has not been worked. And the hard pan was extremely shallow in this area, so it's been kind of a big deal to get it turned up. This is Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a great day. All right, so we got this area basically primed. You take a look, all those little granules that you see. That is the fertilizer. I probably put more closer to about 30 pounds on this. I didn't weigh it or anything. I just scooped it and threw it. And there's about 2/3 of the bag gone. So I probably used about 30 pounds. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to take the MTD, just did a quick once over, not trying to cut deep or anything, just agitate everything through and wait for rain. It's Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Okay, so I'm not going to once over it with the MTD because the MTD is out of gas, and I believe that I am too. Plus, it's starting to get a little bit dark, and it's starting to drizzle a little bit. I don't know if you guys can see it, but it is starting to drizzle a little bit. So we're going to go ahead and pack everything up, get everything put away, let this get rained on, and then we'll, we'll come in and start, cutting in some more. Obviously, I'm going to have to go get probably about another 5 gallons of gas or so. Let me put it this way. It's like 5 gallons of gas, slightly less than 5 gallons of gas to cut my entire property. And that is if I'm just cutting it with the tractor. And it has a huge tank. That tractor has a huge tank on it. It has like about a 5-gallon tank. I've put 5 gallons of gas in it, and it was pretty near full. So it takes almost 5 gallons of gas to cut our entire property. The MTD does not like being at less than half a tank. Several things I own, just they stop driving at half a tank. Now, if you got this thing buried in the ground where the fuel is, leaning towards the front of the tank, then it will. But anything, less than half a tank, she doesn't like to run at half a tank. Anything less than half a tank, and my chainsaw does not like to run anything less than half a tank. Anyway, so that's a project for another time. I don't know what tomorrow holds, and I'm not sure what Monday holds either. We've been having some serious internet connectivity issues here. All we use is hotspot, and that's basically because there's nothing else available except for satellite, which we have had before, which is ridiculously expensive, and you get no more than you would get on a $60 data plan with Sprint. So we've been having some internet connectivity issues, and I have a bunch of videos that are produced. They're edited, assembled, produced, but basically just need to be uploaded, and then the work needs to be done. All the descriptions and the tags and the cards and all that stuff need to be added to them. So you haven't seen us in a little while, that's why. It's Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much. Have a great night. Hey everybody, Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. So last night it did everything but rain. It threatened to rain, it thundered, it lightninged, it did everything but rain. So this morning we did an oil change on the MTD, and we turned all of our fertilizer primer that we put out. And we didn't really cut deep, we just ran it over. It was real quick walking through, and I was basically just running at the speed of the MTD, because if you don't control the thing, it will just take off. So we did that. I'm going to take a hard rake and a little hand cultivator. I'm going to just give it a good raking, and then I'm going to stick all those little popcorn plants down in it. We did a lot of other garden work today that I'll show you later on. Thank you very much. Have a great day. So there's some of the popcorn. I just did 4 rows, but truth be told, I am losing my patience in separating all this root mat. So I'm going to see how much seed of that I have left, and we'll go from there. I'll probably just feed the rest of the tray to the birds and see what they do with it, or stun it out. I'm probably not going to stun it out. I'm probably going to feed it to the birds, and then just start the other few rows from seed, because I am just losing my patience in separating all that seed and trying to get that root mat apart to the point where I can, plant these plants. So it's a lesson I learned in my own patience there. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Hey everybody, it's Matt with the Low Cash Homestead. So we got most of what we intended to get done. And it's all turned, but we're going to have to go through it and go across it and then go back across it, because this ground was really hard and I kind of had to hop the tiller through it. So whenever you do that, you have to go back and do it again. But that's cool. You know, it's all part of the job, right? So just want to show you what we were doing today. Thank you very much. Have a great day. Anti-monkey butt powder is not a sponsor of the Low Cash Homestead. Thank you very much.